Welcome to Basketball Intuition. I'm your host, Ethan Simon. Today we're going to be talking about Tre Johnson of the Washington Wizards. I want to talk about Tre because he has wasted no time getting to what Tre does, and that's getting buckets. At the time of this recording, he's only played his first 3 games, so anything past that I can't speak on it. But we're going to start with his perimeter shot creating and shooting, mid-range area, finishing at the rim, playmaking, defense, and whatever else we end up getting to. Okay, so the efficiency from Tre Johnson has been there so far, 43% through the first 3 games. But what's interesting about his shooting splits is he's shooting 8 for 15 on catch and shoot threes, aka 53%, and he's shooting 1 for 6 on pull-up threes, aka 16%. And in college, this was a very small theme. He shot 41% catch and shoot, 38% on pull-ups, which is much closer than right now, obviously, and still great. But for guards that score on the perimeter, this isn't something that's new. It's not like we've never seen this before. It's going to take him a minute to be able to knock down these deep pull-up threes. I'm just happy that he's hitting threes right now. And Tre needs a minute to get warmed up sometimes, but whenever he's warmed up, like, he's hitting. He might miss his first 3 shots, but then he's going to hit 4 straight after that. Now, if we dive into his shooting splits a little bit more, just real quick, I'll say the catch and shoot motion, by the way, it looks smooth as ever. It looks great. Quick jump shot, quick trigger. We know that about Tre. 80% from the corners right now. 4 for 5, very small sample size, but he's been automatic from the corners. And then where we get in a little bit of trouble is from above the break. 5 for 16, 31% from above the break. And that's nothing new. This is another thing it's nothing crazy. It's not like we've never seen this before. It's his first 3 games. Like, it's okay. It's cool. But we're seeing so much from him already, and I'm so happy about it. And you should be too. And before we get to the mid-range, like, he's scoring the ball so effortlessly. Like, this is just Tre Johnson. He has a knack for finding his spots, and he does a great job, and he is doing a great job at getting his shots just in the flow of the offense, but also, you know, finding his space and taking what the defense gives him. Like, yeah, he's going to be able to knock down catch and shoot threes, but also you can give him an ISO possession, or you can give him a possession in the pick and roll and let him just weave in and out of that area and find a good shot. He does a great job of doing stuff like that. So again, I love that he is taking what the defense gives him. If it's a 3, if it's a mid-range to the basket, whatever it is, he's taking what they're giving him. But also, he's being Tre Johnson. He's out there trying to get some buckets, trying to have some fun. If we look at the mid-ranges for a minute, I mean, looking very solid for the mid-ranges. We haven't seen him get there but so often, but he's doing what Tre does in that area. Those pull-ups, those fadeaways, those quick little bump middies. He's getting those shots up. He didn't really get many up against the Bucks, but game 1 and game 3, he was able to get some mid-range shots up. And back to my point about him scoring pretty effortlessly right now, they're not running but so many plays for him. They are running dribble handoff situations for him and him to come off a screen and get a catch and shoot shot. But a lot of it is just through the flow of the offense. And even if it wasn't, you know, it's cool. It's the Wizards. They're not trying to compete. I saw some people talking about he needs to be starting immediately. I think him coming off the bench right now is doing just fine. It's not hurting anything at all. Bub Carrington, for example, is starting right now, and they're averaging like the same amount of minutes. It really doesn't matter. And I kind of like that the Wizards are using their vets to start the games out and then just letting the young guys get in after that and play their minutes. One thing Tre does pretty well is move around the perimeter, relocating for open space on the court. It's a miss. I'm aware. It's good basketball. I don't care. Tre drives it into the inside, kicks it out to Keyshawn George, backpedals and relocates deep out to the 3-point line, makes himself available for a good catch and shoot 3. Now let's talk about him getting to the rim and scoring at the rim. He's not getting to the rim a whole lot right now, but that's Tre Johnson. We know that he is primarily a jump shooter. But we've seen some good flashes. He's not driving to the inside and taking crazy, just throwing shots up just because in the paint. Like, no, he's getting good shots up there. You know, most of what we've seen him do down there is those floaters and those finishes high off the glass, and that's what we know him to do. He was able to get and attack the basket directly a little bit more in college. And I'm sure in time that's going to be something that he's going to be able to do, but I'm not tripping about him not, you know, just attacking the rim right now, you know, finishing through contact and stuff like that. Like, that's not what we expect out of him right now. We expect him to shoot jump shots, and that's what he's doing, but he's also getting to the rim. I made a note in my my college video of him saying that he'd be missing these crazy aggressive dunks, and then lo and behold, he missed a alley-oop last night, and I thought it was hilarious. Hello, friends and family. If you're still here and enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and make sure to check out the Playback TV link in description. I stream live games up there. Now we're going to talk about the playmaking and the ball handling, and we're going to be kind of quick because I'm really excited to talk about the defense. Ball handling is looking good to me. I don't know what else you want me to say about it. I mean, he's creating for himself, getting good shots. I'll put some shots up here of him creating really good shots and just not finishing them. You know what I mean? Like, just not making the shot. He's creating them. He's getting good shots. It's not like he's struggling to get himself any separation at all. Of course, some more like speed and burst off the dribble and control that's something you want him to add, but like first 3 games, I don't care. We can talk about that next season if he's struggling to put the ball on the floor, but he's not, so I don't care. If we talk about his turnovers, in college, he was a super low turnover, high usage guy, And that's what's going on so far. In his first game, he had 4 turnovers off of all stupid stuff. And then the next 2 games, 0 turnovers. And then we talk about the passing. It hasn't been anything crazy, but the media tried to make it seem like he was a tunnel vision scorer, like Cam Whitmore has been so far through this season. But he's not that. But the thing is that he's not out on the floor to be a primary ball handler and to make a bunch of really nice feeds and passes to the inside. Tre Johnson is out on the floor to get buckets. And that's what he does. But it's not like he's not out here making simple and good reads. He's doing those things. But like I said, he's a 2 guard. He's playing off of screens and he's trying to score and off-ball stuff. Of course, he is bringing the ball up the floor sometimes, but he's not like the Mavericks want Cooper Flagg to be doing right now. They got him running the whole offense. This is very different. The Wizards have guards. They have a CJ McCollum to bring the ball up the floor. They have a Bub Carrington to do that. Defense, 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 defense. Let's talk about defense. My thoughts on Tre Johnson's defense in college was he gave energy and effort, even though, he's running around everywhere trying to get buckets. But my problem was his technique. And defensive IQ, it's solid, but not great. I think so far he has been more good than bad to me defensively so far throughout the season. He's giving a lot of energy and effort, and I'm loving whenever he's picking up full court. There have been a bunch of possessions where he's picking up full court and forcing them to pass. But there's also been possessions where he's getting blown by, or he's, getting crossed over and put on the floor almost by Tre Mann. But on the ball, in the half court, he's had some really good possessions, especially the last game against LaMelo Ball. I thought he gave some really great possessions throughout that game of forcing Melo into a turnover, into a bad shot. But with that engagement and the energy that he's giving right now, he's a little jumpy, especially on the perimeter. He gets excited to jump at a shot. But that's what you get with a young guy that's trying to be engaged and trying to give energy and effort and not naturally just this lockdown defender. The fact that he's trying is good enough for me right now, and he's also showing good flashes. My problem before was that he wasn't sliding his feet enough in college. He was getting beat off the dribble, and he was trying to use his arms to make up for the lack of him wanting to slide his feet. But so far, you can really see him chopping his feet and really trying to slide. Of course, not every possession is going to be perfect, but in general, I think he's done a much better job. I think he's been much better on the ball than he has off the ball. There have been some off-ball moments where he looks completely lost, and one specifically that's in my head where he just wasn't paying attention and allowed an open 3. He's had a few cheap fouls. He's also had a couple good fouls, like some smart fouls. Look at a few possessions. I'm going to look at this one first. He's picking up Mr. Ryan Nembhard full court. Tre sliding with him and using his upper body. Oh, let's pause right there. Tre has done a great job at doing them. Sliding and bumping with his upper body and keeping his hands straight out. Done a really good job at doing that. Gets caught up on this screen from Derek Lively. And instead of just falling back to Derek Lively, he knows that Ryan Nembhard doesn't have his eyes on him. So he just goes from behind and gets the strip block. And this is just the engagement stuff that I'm talking about. He's being aggressive. He's being handsy. He's trying to bump with his upper body, and then he gets called for a foul. Here was another one that ended up in a foul that I wasn't mad at. So he's picking up full court. Brandon Williams hits him with a nice behind the back move. Tre recovers, but he gets a big bump, and he goes flying backwards. Now Marvin Bagley goes up to contest a shot and ends up in a dump off. So Tre just goes right over to Anthony Davis, and he is not afraid of getting dunked on right here, and he goes straight up. Again, ends up in a foul, but that would have been an easy dunk, no question, if Tre didn't go up with him. And I love the fact that he wasn't afraid. A lot of people would get out of the way when Anthony Davis is rising up like that. But no, he went over to him. Also, I will say, off the ball, like I said, he's had some bad moments. But he's also had a few good moments of just on that help side, just helping over a little bit, trying to cause a strip, causing a little bit of commotion on the ball, making the ball handler, fumble a little bit. But overall, like I started out by saying, I think I've liked more than I haven't liked from him defensively. And the biggest test for me, I was waiting for the Charlotte game to see how he would do against the Tre Mann, Con Caneppel, LaMelo Ball. And I thought he did a good job. For the most part. Maybe he'll get torched by the 76ers tonight. Tyrese Maxey, VJ, and Q Grimes. We'll see what happens. Again, some moments where he looks a little lost out there. Defensive IQ could use some work. Awareness could use a little bit of work. Shout out to Tre Johnson, man. I'm a big Tre Johnson guy. Big Tre Johnson believer over here. Blown away with how good this draft class has been. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm loving it because this is my class. These are the guys that are all my age. We graduated at the same time. Shout out to Cedric Coward. Shout out to Dylan Harper. Shout out Tre Johnson. Shout out Con Caneppel. Video probably coming soon. Shout out Keyshawn George. He's going to get a video soon, too. I already got half of it done. Shout out Victor Wembanyama and Giannis for being insane this week. We're giving 3 comments of the day, but no actual comments. It's really just shout outs. Shout out Dan420. He told me he's waiting on the Keyshawn video. I was gonna do it today, but then I ended up doing Tre Johnson. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. But it's coming. I promise. It's gonna come eventually. Shout out to my guy Dio because he's really a GOAT for real. He's saying that AJ Mitchell is a GOAT, but Dio's a real GOAT. Shout out to my guy Will, showing love on the live stream. Same thing with Dio. They've been showing love, having a good time on that live stream. I'm telling you, y'all gotta pull up to the Playback TV. We be having fun up there. And the last shout out, the biggest and the bestest one. Shout out Jesus Christ, man. I love you. He loves you more than I do. I encourage you to be bold in faith, my friends. So I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family and your friends if you have any. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, whatever time it is for you. I hope you have a great day. Drop down below any video ideas you got. Anybody you want to see me make videos about as always. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. Peace out.